Where do I even want to start? Like many other like-minded alpha males, I've never been much of a fan of the Kardashians. I'm still trying to figure out why so many women blindly worship them. They could start their own religion, and I guarantee not one person would question whether or not it's a cult. Their fans don't seem to be the thinking type. Don't think a whole lot of men are fans of them. If I had to take a wild guess, maybe some gay men, but they don't count, especially if they paint their nails. My distaste for them is pretty self-explanatory, at least I would hope so. The Kardashians just come off as phony. Everything they do is superficial. They try so hard to be relatable to their audience, who are most likely living in poverty or are teenage girls that make it a routine to go to Starbucks daily. You know things are looking rough when you see people idolizing the Kardashians publicly. I struggle to see how much they can relate to their audience when a majority aren't sitting on millions or driving cars worth more than the average American salary. But what can I say? Intelligence isn't exactly their strong suit. But you know what is? Seriously, G, I don't know. Unless you're blind and deaf, I'm sure that you've heard of the Kardashians, one of the wealthiest families in America. Their combined net worth is $2 billion. Do I really need any more proof? You have no excuse for being poor. Stop making excuses. Anyone can become rich, but I digress. The Kardashians rose to fame due to the leader of their whore family, Kim, whose sex tape leaked, causing the family to rise in popularity. Makes no sense, but most people had no common decency, even back then, so I can't say that I'm too surprised, considering grown men spend money on porn willingly. This led the family to start a reality TV show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which somehow has 20 seasons, by the way, just further proof that women love low IQ entertainment. Each member of the show used this opportunity to grow their following and start up businesses. That's pretty much all you need to know. Famous for nothing. Unfortunate, I know, but somehow people, aka women, look up to them as if they're respectable in any way. I'd be here for a while if I included every single TV appearance, product endorsement, business venture, controversy, or every single minor little detail of their privileged little lives. I'm not autistic, so I'm not gonna dig that deep. So I'm just gonna include what I did find most interesting about everyone. So there's gonna be a lot of skipping around in years. So if I don't include something, I either missed it or just didn't care enough to include it in the video. Alright, now the video actually starts. I seriously considered not even including Kris in this video because who actually cares about this old hag? She looks like a half-inflated volleyball, which makes a lot of sense because her ex-husband's probably beat her for being such an unbearable drama queen. But somehow, she isn't the worst amongst the 6 of them. She looks 40 despite being 68, which isn't a compliment in any sort of way. Because she is unnatural, much like the trans community, the fact that she and the others pretend they're completely natural and have never had any type of surgery to enhance or change their bodies in any significant way, such a blatant lie. Even blind people could tell you are far from your actual appearance, which is a wrinkled up wet newspaper. I definitely say she isn't desirable in any sort of way. I really don't blame Bruce for getting a sex change cause I do anything to get out of that relationship as well. I still think it's funny he won Woman of the Year, considering he's a grown man, cosplaying as a female. I know I'm really towing the line right now, but my channel is so small, I think I'll fly under the radar from the YouTube Nazis, ready to gas me up like the Jews. Also, I don't really care. If YouTube tries to silence me, I'll just try racism and demand compensation for emotional trauma. Now, I'm just gonna skip all the childhood stuff. No one really cares about that or her, but here I am talking about her. I'm just gonna skip to her major parts of her career, if you even want to call it that. I guess a minor background to who she is and why she's even slightly relevant. Originally married to Robert Kardashian, hence the name Kardashian. Robert Kardashian is most well known for being a defense attorney for O.J. Simpson during the famous 1995 murder trial. Kris and Robert had 4 children, Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, and Rob. They met at a horse race in 1973 when Kris was only 17 and Robert was 28. Not gonna lie, kinda suspicious behavior from Robert. They married in 1978, with their marriage lasting for a surprising 13 years. They broke it off in 1991. Needless to say, Robert, who is now deceased, married a whore, only 59 when he died. Now the Kardashian name is being dragged through the mud. A moment of silence for Robert. Kris surely didn't deserve him. Recently, Kris came out and admitted she had been cheating on Robert with Bruce Jenner in season 4, episode 5 of the Kardashians. After being asked by one of her talentless children, she stated,
I don't know, because he was such a great husband and such a great dad, and I think that I fell into a situation where I thought that the grass was greener somewhere else.
And she was correct. Robert was probably the best thing to happen to her, considering she later on married a man who would years later call himself a woman. On top of that, her own daughter got exposed for her sexual activity, and she probably was happy about the free publicity, then proceeded to exploit her own children to make a reality TV show. Now that is a woman I'd be happy to call mom. Let me get back on track. A month after her divorce with Robert, she married Bruce Jenner. Came out as trans in 2015. They had 2 daughters together, Kendall and Kylie. They announced their separation in October of 2013, and Kris filed for divorce September 22nd of 2014. The divorce is finalized March 23rd, 2015. I guess it's safe to say Kris Jenner is transphobic. Fast forward to 2007, Kris met Ryan Seacrest, who at the time had his own production company, to start up her reality TV show based on her dysfunctional family. The show eventually got picked up on the E! Network, Kris as the executive producer. Thanks to the show's unfortunate success, it resulted in spin-offs that I refuse to mention. Kris runs her own production company, Jenner Communications, which is based in Los Angeles since before the start of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Alright, that's it. Sick of talking about this prehistoric plastic bottle. No one cares. Judging strictly off of appearance, I almost want to say Kourtney is the ugliest amongst the sisters. Then again, she might be tied with Kim for last place. Also, she's the oldest amongst her siblings. I guess age isn't just a number. She attended Marymount High School, a Roman Catholic all-girls school in Los Angeles. Following graduation, she moved to Dallas, Texas to attend Southern Methodist University for 2 years. Then lived in Tucson, Arizona, where she graduated from the University of Arizona with a bachelor's degree in theater arts. Kinda makes me wonder if she's a lesbian. Kourtney first became known to reality TV audiences on the 2005 series Filthy Rich Cattle Drive, on which she earned money for charity, known as herself. In April 2009, Kourtney announced that they were to star in a spin-off that would follow their moves to launch a Dash store in Miami. The series Kourtney and Khloe Take Miami debuted on E! August 16th, 2009. Kourtney and her mother Kris also opened a children's clothing boutique called Smooch in Los Angeles and New York City. With sisters Kim and Khloe, Kourtney co-owned Dash in Los Angeles, Miami, New York City, and a pop-up store in the Hamptons. But after struggling to keep a consistent customer base, it shut down in May of 2018. I'm gonna get sued. I'm gonna get sued, man. This video is gonna get me sued. In the spring of 2010, Kourtney and her sisters released a clothing line for Babe, how do you even pronounce it? 2010, Kourtney announced that she and her sisters are working on another clothing line called K-Dash, sold on QVC. Later that year, they also created a sunless tanner called Kardashian Glamour Tan. I'm sure all the white women bought that. The Kardashians promoting racism isn't exactly a surprise. I really didn't want to be the one to say it, but tanning is racist. Stop trying to become black. It's not cool, it's offensive. Didn't Kim do blackface? Shortly after, Kourtney co-wrote the book Kardashian Confidential with her sisters, of course, because why would you be able to write a book on your own? Why would you want to think for yourself? Releasing November 2010. I still find it hard to believe that Kourtney and her sisters wrote a book, and this isn't even exclusive to the Kardashians either. So many celebrities claim they write books, and I feel like it's just a lie, and they like pay an actual professional writer to write the books for them, and they just claim that it's their voice, which I'm not buying it. I need some proof that these airheads actually have the mental capacity to use words longer than 3 letters. That aside, Kourtney made her actual acting debut with a guest appearance on One Life to Live on March 28, 2011, appearing as attorney Cassandra Cavanagh. Don't you just love when stories foreshadow? On the 12th of September, Kourtney announced the launch of her new health brand, Lemme. I recall her fans calling her out when she first launched, after Khloe posted a provocative picture on Instagram promoting the brand, with captions reading, "Congratulations to my baby. Now let me get some more. I go through my bottles quickly," implying she has been using this for a while. I guess her fans aren't that stupid. And like a true Kardashian, Kourtney struggled to keep a man. From 2006 to 2015, Kourtney was in a complicated relationship with Scott not Disick. She has 3 children with Disick, 2 sons and 1 daughter. Since I doubt anyone knows who he is, I'm not even going to bother explaining because I don't care either. Kourtney was in another on-off relationship with model Younes Benjamin from 2016 to 2020. Again, in January 2021, it was confirmed that Kourtney was in a relationship, but this time with the musician Travis Barker. Tell me why he looks like he does cocaine and meth, probably heroin. In October of that same year, Kourtney and Barker got engaged after he proposed to her at the beautiful beachside hotel in Montecito, California. They had an unofficial wedding on April 3rd, 2022 in Vegas. The couple officially sold their freedom away on May 15th of 2022 in Santa Barbara, California, with the religious wedding ceremony Portofino, Italy on May 22nd of 2022. It was also announced November 4th, 2023 that the couple's first child had been born. That's it for her, for now. Who knows, she might get a divorce tomorrow. That's what most celebrities tend to do. Get married just to break up a year later. It's almost like it's not real love. Honestly, I don't have much to say about her. She's the least interesting of the bunch. To start things off, I should mention in 2001 suffered a traumatic brain injury in a car accident. She went through the windshield and suffered a severe concussion, causing her long-term memory loss, which is pretty unfortunate. I really do feel so sorry for her. It's truly a miracle that she is alive and well today. Now she is a spokesperson for Nurtec ODT, a migraine pharmaceutical. In October 2022, Khloe revealed she had a rare tumor removed from her face, probably from all the Botox, that I highly doubt she'd ever get because she is a natural beauty, which is one of many things that makes her such an amazing person. The reason I mention this first is to show you that she is just like you and me, and she is extremely down to earth, at least compared to her sister. So I thought I'd shed some light on such tragedies she's had to face, but let's travel back some, shall we? As a teenager, she briefly attended Marymount High School, but left the school and enrolled in Alexandria Academy after her sister's graduation, later stating there is no reason for me to stay. Actually, let me do that in her voice. There was no reason for me to stay, but I didn't have any friends, which is so very heartbreaking, that is to hear. I'm assuming no one liked her very much. Can't say I'm too surprised by that if it's true. But if I'm being a bit more realistic, she's from LA. The people there aren't exactly great. Nothing but self-absorbed losers searching for any ounce of a handout they can find. But before her family show would go live, Khloe would work as an assistant for Nicole Richie. Those of you asking who she is, it's a woman. That's all you need to know. Probably racist. In February 2011, Khloe and her husband, Lamar Odom, at least at the time, released a unisex fragrance called Unbreakable. Ironic, I know. Their relationship was far from unbreakable, since they split up back in 2016 due to Lamar's drug addiction and cheating. In October 2012, Khloe and Odom released a second unisex fragrance. Khloe has also starred in a reality TV show with Odom called Khloe and Lamar. I don't know what it is, but I think Khloe has the type. She dated NBA player Rashad McCants in 2008. After 7 months, they broke up late January in 2009. And in January 2014, she dated French Montana, no one really cares. Then started dating NBA player James Harden after meeting at brother-in-law Kanye West's birthday party in 2015. They were together for 8 months between 2015 and 2016. And apparently, Harden claims it was the worst year of his life. I now have more respect for James Harden. Khloe claims he cheated, which I doubt. I'm sure he's a very loyal guy. He just couldn't stand being with the Kardashian. James Harden, I hope you get yourself a ring. You really do deserve it. In 2016, she started dating another NBA player. My God, she really doesn't even try to hide it. Tristan Thompson. I don't know what he was thinking getting to a relationship with a Kardashian. Worst mistake he's ever made. She gave birth to his daughter True on April 12th of 2018. During this time, Tristan was being accused of cheating during her pregnancy. And in February 2019, Khloe and Tristan split after it was revealed that Kylie Jenner's then best friend, Jordan Woods, hooked up with none other than Tristan Thompson. And in August of 2020, they continued their rotting relationship. 2 years later, it was announced that they were expecting a baby boy. July 2022, Tatum was born. Now, I didn't expect to come across a criminal, but this is a Kardashian we're talking about. Khloe was arrested for a DUI. On July 18th, 2008, Khloe ignored her court-ordered classes and community service, which led to a violation of her probation. She was meant to serve 30 days, but was released after serving 3 hours because of overcrowding. You really expect me to believe that? The fact that there are people out there that buy that is just baffling. Due to her celebrity status and safety, she was kept separate from the general population, and she spent most of her time in a confinement cell rather than an actual prison cell. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, guys, Khloe Kardashian. Why would we put her with the other inmates? She's clearly better than all of them. My God, she probably greased some palms or got sticky palms, if you know what I mean. Then again, she probably didn't even need to do that to get special treatment. December 2011, Khloe was sued by a woman who claimed she and 10 other people assaulted her outside a club back in 2009. Okay, I take back what I said. She isn't the least interesting Kardashian. Finally, a Kardashian that doesn't look completely awful. Still plastic, but at least the plastic looks good. All that plastic surgery and she's just barely above an 8. I don't know, man, I kind of feel like she was ripped off. She does look sorta normal, so I won't be as harsh towards her appearance as the others. Raised with her sister and the Kardashians in Calabasas, Kendall attended Sierra Canyon School before switching to homeschooling in order to pursue modeling. She graduated in 2014. Now, Kendall Jenner isn't even a real Kardashian, but everyone lumps her and Kylie in with the family. Being a fake Kardashian, she also starred in Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which I feel like I shouldn't need to mention because it's pretty obvious at this point. Her cruel mother exploited her as a child, which you've all heard how childhood celebrities become when they grow up, and I feel like she's gonna hit her psycho phase soon. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna happen before she's 30. If not, I'll skydive with no parachute, but I'm 100% certain, so I should be fine. I guess I'll start with her early career. At 13, Kendall began modeling for Wilhelmina Models, signed on July 12th, 2009. She's been featured in Teen Vogue and had covers on American Cheerleader, Teen Prom, Looks Rain, Getting Looks, Love Cat, and Flavor magazine. Who is naming these magazines? Flamboyantly gay men? And of course, she has done catwalks, but that's not what's important. No. Wilhelmina Models is no ordinary modeling agency. Apparently back in 2019, it was revealed that one of their underage models was to be photographed while nude and in sexually suggestive positions. Assuming this is true, there's a likely possibility this is not the first time this has occurred to underage models. It's just the first time it's been exposed to the public. And Kendall Jenner may have fallen victim to this disgusting pedophilic act. And if this is true, I actually do feel sorry for her. Under no circumstance is pedophilia okay. Alright, now that that's out of the way, I know she's promoted brands and started businesses, but I'm just gonna ignore the majority like I've been doing for pretty much everybody. I'm not digging that deep. I've dug more than deep enough. That said, let's jump to 2017. In June of 2017, Kendall and Kylie launched a line of vintage t-shirts on their website for their lifestyle brand, Kendall plus Kylie. The shirts were sold at a whopping $125 and featured images or logos based off of musicians or bands with images of the Jenners covering them. They were met with much criticism from the public as well as several cease and desist letters from the estates of the musicians and artists that were featured without permission. I'm telling you, these females have sprinkle-sized brains, or they're just ignorant and didn't care enough to get permission. I feel like the first option is more realistic. The photographer whose portrait of Tupac was used has since sued the sisters for copyright infringement. 3 years later, in June 2020, the Jenner sisters addressed reports that their fashion brand, Kendall plus Kylie, has failed to pay factory workers in Bangladesh as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Like, are you kidding me? The pandemic kept them from paying their employees? Such a great excuse for being a scummy human being. I'm almost convinced these people are spawns of Satan himself. I really am. And obviously, she wouldn't be a Kardashian if I didn't talk about her attention-seeking relationships. In 2017, Kendall dated NBA player Blake Griffin and they broke up the following year in April. Her next victim was Ben Simmons. They also dated for 2 years, ending in 2022. Following that breakup, Kendall dated another NBA player. My God, the Kardashians love athletes, don't they? Devin Booker. She probably sucked all of the talent right out of him. They also dated for 2 years, ending in 2022. Okay, I'm already sick of talking about her, so I'm gonna end things here so I can move on to the next recyclable. In 2014, Kendall was named one of People magazine's 50 most beautiful people in the world, which I have a huge problem with because no. I've seen more attractive women walking through Walmart, and you're telling me Kendall Jenner was named one of the most attractive people in the world? When she couldn't even reach that status with her sheer natural beauty, instead relying on cosmetic surgery. I'll say this, any woman that has the confidence to be proud of their natural beauty is much more attractive than any woman that would rather change themselves for validation from others. I know women have their own insecurities about how they look, but if you can look past that and see yourself as yourself and not feel the need to change who you are, I can respect you as a woman. Not saying that I will. Only 9 during the debut of Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the second half of The Fake Kardashians. Being the youngest of the bunch and probably the most likable, Jenner attended Sierra Canyon School in 2012. She was homeschooled and enrolled in an at-home education program. She graduated with a high school diploma in July of 2015 from Laurel Springs Schools in Ojai, California. Founder of Kylie Cosmetics and a self-made billionaire, which I'll come back to in a moment. May of 2015, an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered, in which Jenner admitted to getting a lip augmentation. If it weren't obvious enough, then it's far too late for you. Prior to the episode's debut, Kylie stated that she used lip liner and overlined her lips. As a result, the practice of suctioning one's lips into a small glass in order to induce blood flow to swell the lips was born, the Kylie Jenner challenge. Ah yes, I remember when everyone started calling everything a challenge. My personal favorite is the Momo challenge. I swear the average American will believe anything you tell them. Nothing but puppets waiting for their master to pull their strings, like Biden. But unlike him, they do this willingly. In February 2016, Kylie's cosmetic company was renamed from Kylie Lip Kits to Kylie Cosmetics, and the number of kits produced rose from 15,000 to 500,000. And in May of 2016, she made her musical debut rapping, and I use that word very generously, on producer Burberry Perry's song, Beautiful Day. I'll just let you be the judge of her talent, so to speak. Backtracking to the self-made billionaire claim, anyone with a few brain cells still floating around inside their hollow skull could tell you that is a false claim. Kylie has been given handouts her entire life. Nothing was actually worked for, so she should thank Kim. Actually, all of them should be thanking Kim for getting her back blown out on camera. If it weren't for her, she wouldn't even be where she is right now. And in May of 2020, Forbes released a statement accusing Kylie of forging tax documents so she would appear as a billionaire. If heaven and hell are real, I have a good idea of where she's going. I'm all for tax evasion, even though this isn't tax evasion. It's just embarrassing. Rewinding to June 2017, Kylie was placed at number 59 on the Forbes Celebrity 100, which represents the 100 highest paid celebrities of the previous year, after earning approximately $41 million, making her the youngest person on the list at 19 years old. Kylie became the youngest person on Forbes' list of 100 richest, self-made women in October 2020. She's the only person on the list in her 20s and is worth about $700 million. The same year she launched a reality show revolving around her. Life of Kylie. 2 years later in October, Kylie filed to trademark the phrase "Rise and Shine" and "Rise and Shine."
Rise and shine.
Because of course she did. No thanks to TikTok, she got the bright idea to trademark it since it grew in popularity. Due to a viral clip of her singing to her daughter Stormy, the following trademark would cover clothing, while the former would apply to cosmetics. And in January of 2020, Kylie announced that she had trademarked Kylie Con with the K, and Kylie Museum. I gotta hand it to her, those are very unique names. The same month, her sister Kendall confirmed a cosmetics line in collaboration with Kylie Cosmetics was in the process. Kylie Cosmetics launched Kylie Cosmetics X Kendall Jenner on June 26th of 2020. She also made a cameo in a very empowering WAP music video, and apparently there's a petition made to edit her out of the video with over 65,000 signatures. Obviously just haters, clearly, and this is actually my first time hearing of this. And of course, Kylie's a racist. I was joking earlier about the Kardashians being racist, but it turns out it's true, which is why they date so many black men to cover up their traces of white supremacy. So how is she racist? Well, back in 2016, Kylie posted a picture on Instagram, proudly wearing cornrows. Absolutely disgusting. A year later, she was accused by an urban streetwear brand, Plugged NYC, of stealing designs for her collection of camouflage swimwear. Not racist, but very scummy. And I really wasn't going to include this, but why not? Back in December of 2015, Kylie made a generous donation of Christmas gifts to the LA LGBT Teen Center and announced, I feel like I need to make that part very clear that she donated $500,000 from sales of her birthday collection to Teen Cancer America. They're probably thinking, what's wrong with that? Sounds like she did an act of kindness. Well, you would be wrong about that because she donated gifts to gay people. That isn't bad enough, I don't know what is. Then she donates $500,000 to a charity. And we all know charities are a scam, which isn't even the worst part. She felt the need to announce this to the internet, pretty much self-exposing herself as a validation-seeking, worthless piece of garbage. Also, so she could lower income taxes, maybe. I swear the Kardashians are terrible at acting humble. They really are. And to follow that up, we're going to end with her X's and O's. In 2015, Kylie and Tyga's relationship began after a year of him preying on her. And 2 years later, Kylie and Travis would enter a relationship after Tyga turned out to be a flop. A year later, Kylie would give birth to Travis's daughter. And in 2019, they broke up, but got back together for the sake of their daughter having a stable family. In 2022, Kylie had his son, and a year later, they split up again. Now that that's done, we move on to our final Kardashian. The moment everyone has been waiting for, the reason you probably clicked on this video. Out of all of the Kardashians, she is the most plastic and the only one I would recognize if I saw her in public. I'll say this again for all the people with short-term memory loss. Kim Kardashian is the leader of the Kardashians. She became famous for a leaked sex tape back in 2007. Got that? She is the second oldest of the Kardashians, but it doesn't show at all. Wish I could say that as a compliment. Before the reality show, Kim filed a lawsuit against Vivid Entertainment for distributing the film as Kim Kardashian Superstar. She dropped the suit 3 months later and settled for a reported $5 million, giving Vivid permission to market and sell copies of the tape. Guess money talks, because the sales from the film reportedly generated nearly $1.5 million in revenue in the first 6 weeks. Many people speculated that the tape's release was a publicity stunt to promote their soon-to-come reality TV show. Kim then posed in a nude pictorial for the 2007 issue of Playboy and appeared on the cover of the November 2010 issue of Romanian Playboy. And in 2009, she launched her first perfume, Kim Kardashian. Definitely not a narcissist. That year, she also became a guest on America's Next Top Model and guest starred in How I Met Your Mother. 2 years later, she released her second perfume and released her third gold, as well as a book, Dollhouse, along with sisters Kourtney and Khloe. I guess they are self-aware. The same year, Kim released her fourth perfume, True Reflection, and her fifth, Glam. Does she even think before naming her products? True Reflection? Pretty hilarious because she hasn't seen her true reflection since she was a child. She really does it to herself. I don't need to try to insult her. She does it for me. In 2014, Kim appeared on the cover of Paper's winter issue. Shown on the cover is Kim's very noticeable BBL, with captions, "Break the internet." To her credit, she did just that. But like a true Kardashian, she didn't do it in any respectable fashion. Of course, she has to rely on using her body for attention. Yet again, that seems to be a trend with the Kardashians. Let her tell it, she did it to promote body positivity. And anyone believing that it's just a mindless husk, like there's no hope for you. In May of 2015, Kim released Selfish, a 325-page portfolio book of self-taken pictures. And wow, she really is a narcissist. Skipping to 2017, Kim launched KKW Beauty and KKW Fragrance, both of which employ Chinese sweatshop workers, allegedly, but most likely true. I won't go that deep into it, but the Kardashians were accused of using sweatshops to produce their products. Further down the controversy chapter, we take a look back at January 2022 and a class action lawsuit filed against the cryptocurrency company Ethereum that alleged the company is a pump and dump scheme. Kim was named as a defendant, along with many other celebrities, for promoting the Ethereum on their social media. In October of 2022, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission announced that Kim agreed to pay a $1.26 million fine not to promote cryptocurrency for 3 years and to cooperate with an ongoing investigation without admitting or denying to wrongful acts, as well as failing to report receiving a $250,000 payment to promote Ethereum. Can't say I feel too bad for the morons that bought into crypto. If you lack the basic understanding of what a Ponzi scheme is, then you don't deserve your money. All these rejects thought they would become rich if they put their life savings into crypto, just to get upset later that they lost all of it on an extremely stupid gamble. I don't really blame Kim for making easy money moves. I would have done the same. Another controversy I briefly touched on earlier is the blackface accusation. We've heard this accusation before with Jenna Marbles, but in her defense, she was cosplaying as Nicki Minaj. I doubt she is an evil white demon, But Kim Kardashian is a whole different story. Back in 2017, when Kim launched KKW Beauty, she was met with hate and criticism over the photos displaying her in blackface. Kim responding to the criticism with, "I would obviously never want to offend anyone. Of course, I have the utmost respect for why people might feel the way they did. Definitely, I have learned from it." Claiming that none of her team had seen an issue with the photos before they were posted. Moving on to other lies. While attending Paris Fashion Week, Kim was robbed at gunpoint in the apartment. Penthouse she was staying at. 5 criminals dressed as police officers bound and gagged her, then stole $10 million worth of jewelry. The thieves got in her residence by threatening the concierge, meaning she let them in. Once they accessed her room, they held her at gunpoint, tying her wrists and legs. Kim was placed in a bathtub, physically unharmed, and reportedly begged for her life. Okay, I believe that last part. She seems like the type to do anything to save her life, and her being a Kardashian convinced normal people it was all a publicity stunt for the next season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And to no one's surprise, on October 6, 2016, the show was put on hold due to the robbery. On October 10th of 2016, a video was released showing Kim directly after the robbery. In the video, she was seen using the phone that she had reported stolen and didn't have any of the markings she claimed from being bound by her captors, prompting more questions as to whether or not the events were staged. In response, Kim filed multiple lawsuits against media outlets the following day and retrieved a gag order to get the video removed from any articles due to it being part of an active police investigation. Surely sounds like a legit story, which is why she took legal action. Makes a lot of sense. On October 25th, 2016, Kim dropped the lawsuit, feeding into the criticism even more that the robbery was nothing more than a ploy to generate media attention. And later in 2017, 16 people were arrested for their alleged involvement, revealed in 2020 that French prosecutors would seek trial for 12 of the suspects. The suspects who allegedly entered her room were or close to senior age and were titled the Grandpa Robbers by the press. Finally, it's time to talk about something she hasn't had any success in, her relationships. Really just one person in particular, because I don't have any interest in talking about the other men she sapped dry like a maple tree. I'm talking about the man, the myth, the legend, the based Jewish hater, Kanye West. Or should I say Kanye the best. Kanye's later music might be trash, but he's still a GOAT. All that stuff he said about Jewish people is true. People are just mad because a black man spoke the truth about the evil Jewish gremlins. Jewish people rule the world, and I hope Palestine blows Israel away. Maybe Hitler had a point, but I digress. Kim started dating Kanye in April of 2012. While still legally married to her ex Kris Humphries, in other words, she was cheating. The divorce was finalized June 3rd of 2013. Kim and Ye engaged on October 21st, Kim's 33rd birthday, and married on May 24th of 2014. Their interracial relationship stirred up a lot of talk, and they filed for divorce in 2021. And officially ended it in March of 2022. Kim and Pete officially started dating in November of 2021 after Kim filed for divorce from Ye that February. 2021 to 2022, Kim was in a relationship with Pete Davidson, and we all know how that went down. Kanye wasn't too happy about that and tried to win her back countless times, calling Pete Skeet Davidson and publicly clowning him. Kanye also posted an edited picture of the Captain America Civil War poster on Instagram showing his enemies and his allies, even dissing Pete in his single Easy, stating God saved me from this crash just so I can beat Pete Davidson's. You get the point. Shortly after, Ye claimed he was blocked from seeing his kids at Kim's home because Davidson was there. Pretty cruel of Kim. He only wants to be in his kid's life. Leaked text messages between Ye and Pete flooded the net. He was in bed with your wife and shared a photo of him in bed to prove it. Ye later announced, "At this point, it's going too far. This boyfriend texts me, antagonizing me, bragging about being in bed with my wife. And it's like, well, who's watching my children?" Gotta say, he makes some good points. I know I said I was just gonna talk about Kanye, which I am. I couldn't not include this feud. It's hard to pass up on such a now classic internet beef. The two had decided to end their relationship after 9 months. Naturally, this brought Kanye much joy. August 8th, Kanye rejoiced by sharing a fake newspaper headline that read, "Skeet Davidson, dead at age 28. Don't you just love Kanye? And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about Kim. She did some lawyer stuff and took the bar exam and passed after 4 attempts. I would have passed the first time, but that's just me. Oh yeah, she has 4 kids too. And overall, Kim is just a soulless, phony bastard. So it's gonna be me, completely honest. No jokes, all real. I do not like the Kardashians. If I haven't made that obvious, then there you go. I said it out loud. Would I be completely lying to you if I said the Kardashians haven't accomplished anything or haven't tried to get their foot in the door when opportunity arises? They have definitely had a huge impact on young women across the country, and as much as I hate to say it, they have done something most people will never be able to do in their lifetime. Amass a large audience of people who care about what they do. What that is, I still don't really know. But seriously, they've mostly had a negative reputation for promoting, and I hate to say this, I hate to be this guy, but promoting unattainable physical features, making women and young girls feel less about themselves because they will never look like a Kardashian. Plastic surgery is something I will never advocate for, and the Kardashians, while not promoting it verbally, encourage women to get it through action. And I think that women who are uncomfortable with the way that they look and look at the Kardashians and Instagram models in jealousy are the target audience of plastic surgery. And it's kind of pathetic. So many women look through heavily edited pictures on Instagram and think, that should be me. And if you're a woman watching this for some reason, you will never look like that, no matter how hard you try. And I strongly, and I mean strongly, encourage women to love themselves and look down on these unnatural beauty standards that so many women fall victim to. And if for some reason you've made it this far, I'm going to end with some truth. Entertainment is dead. Any and everything that you have loved or currently love is or has been ruined by none other than women. You heard me right. Women ruin everything. Women are the cause of why our favorite hobbies have become so boring, the reason why creativity is dead, and why there's no room for improvement. The reason our favorite shows have either become watered down or just straight propaganda, or I guess gay, because being straight is homophobic now. Women are the problem. Take a look at the Kardashians. A reality TV show. People, and when I say people, I mean women, and I guess young girls as well. Watch that unironically. They think this is entertaining. You couldn't make this up if you tried. The people propping up the Kardashians and all these Instagram models, which are just thoughts, they are the reason society is imploding on itself. The reason China is going to take over the world. They already initiated phase 1. It's probably in your phone right now. Absolutely sickening that standards are so low for everything. It's so easy to make it in this world. Yet you have people who cry about not having enough money to pay their bills while having multiple subscriptions to streaming services and owning the latest iPhone. I'm telling you, the lack of self-awareness amongst people nowadays is disgustingly scarce. Those that do are still intolerable. And the Kardashians are the embodiment of the lack of self-awareness, spreading like a plague to young girls and women all across this hellhole we call a country. And it's only getting worse with each passing moment. It is shown over the years that you don't need talent, skill, intelligence, or even creativity to become a household name or wealthy. You just need to be a woman, an attractive one of course. The Kardashians may be filled with plastic, but I wouldn't call them ugly. Still degenerates, of course. Their fame doesn't save them from that. It's absolutely appalling to me that people are willing to give literal bimbos attention and money for doing quite literally nothing and somehow capitalizing off the minor successes and turning it into something much more. Honestly, I can't help but applaud them for that. But I'm not disregarding the fact that they play a huge part in the bottom of the barrel entertainment 14-year-old girls and middle-aged single moms eat up like pot-bellied pigs, not actually caring what the food tastes like, but so eager to consume the shovelware we call entertainment, like it's 5-star cuisine. What went wrong? Society has truly fallen. We got women bowing down to these Californian airheads as if they are goddesses, when in reality, they are nothing more than worthless garbage to be tossed into the recycling bin.